What did J.R.R. Tolkien mean by the word subcreation? Well, he used it to refer to human beings' artistic desires to create imaginative objects, especially the writer's desire to make up a secondary or imaginary world. He said that we have this desire in us as human beings because we're made in the image of a divine creator who himself likes to make things and likes to make stuff up. So according to J.R.R. Tolkien, God was able to make stuff ex nihilo, that is, out of nothing, was able to create all that there is from his own brilliant and creative imagination and make all the stuff that we see, including ourselves. We, on the other hand, cannot make out of nothing. We can only make out of what already exists, out of the pre-existing materials that we have in front of us that God has given us to work with. So therefore, we are not pure creators, we are sub-creators working underneath or below or subordinate to him. And yet this is not to denigrate our imaginative work at all. On the contrary, it is to say that our desire to invent and create and imagine is an inherently innate quality based on the fact that we are made in the image of God. So it's something coming from the divine through us, creatures made by a divine creator. And God himself, according to Tolkien, is a divine storyteller. He likes to shape things so that they appear to have a narrative and that they have a trajectory and a purpose. He made history, his story, to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a certain shape to it, a redemptive arc around the passion of Christ. And therefore we desire to tell stories. And Tolkien, when he had something to say, was more likely to try to tell it in a story than to write some kind of didactic pamphlet or tract. And this, again, Tolkien says, is because we are made in the image of that creator. And that's why we try to take the disparate, nonsensical data that we encounter in our everyday lives and try to put them into stories. We try to ask why things happened, what they meant, what they will lead to, and where they will end. And he says this is all because we are made in the image of that divine creator. We make still by the laws by which we were made, he said. So if you are a painter, a sculptor, if you draw sketches, if you play the piano, if you write music, or especially if you tell stories, Tolkien would say that's because it's an impulse planted in you by the divine creator. And so you are doing your own act of beautiful imaginary creation on your own scale.